Yo, what is up, guys? Grim here, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about my league start plans. So, I just wanted to start off with saying I will be streaming this league, so if you want to come check out the team play and the builds and all that stuff, you can come over to Twitch and check me out. So, let's get straight into it. What am I going to start with? So, originally, I really did want to play an auto bomber using the new arc gem. However, auto bombers do cost just a little bit too much currency to get started, and without that currency, you can't really play auto bomber. So I couldn't go with auto bomber like I wanted to. So I'm going to have to start off with a build which is an auto bomber to make some currency to get my headhunter and stuff like that. And then I'll be able to go auto bomber later. So that build that I am going to go with is a Deadeye Rain of Arrows using the Wind Ripper bow. So the reason I decided on this one particular, I'll show you guys, is because it's easily the best one in groups. So using a Wind Ripper bow build, you have the most quantity, it has the most damage in groups, you don't need much gear when you're in a group because you scale so well off auras, and you don't need to worry about shield charging into things, which was a big concern of mine because of the Incursion Temple being an indoor map. So that's why I went with that. As I said, Rain of Arrows is what I'm going to be going with. If that doesn't work out and it's not very good, I'll go back into Tornado Shot until I have enough currency to play Auto Bomber. And I believe it's going to be pretty damn good with all of the new corruptions. Like, I'm going to be able to get a +4 Herald of Ice helmet, and that's going to be pretty damn crazy. And I will be going for level 100 with the Auto Bomber. So, in terms of my build and starting up with my Arena of Arrows character, I'll just give you a bit of a lowdown, guys. So, it's going to be fairly similar in gear to my other build, which I've already put on my channel, so you guys can check out that gear. The gem links will be a little bit different. You'll probably replace, obviously, Tornado Shot with Rain of Arrows, and GMP with increased area. And that should do you pretty well. You'll hopefully be able to hit the whole screen. You also may want to use Val, Rain of Arrows, which could be quite nice, but everything else is pretty much going to be the same. If the single target isn't too great, you guys can try using the new Blast Rain as well. That looks pretty damn nice. And the skill tree should be exactly the same, so no differences there. One small thing I want to say though is that Mirage Archer is a fantastic skill. Instead of using increased critical strikes, I would recommend using that now. And what it actually allows you to do at endgame is instead of using a freeze immunity flask, you can allow your Mirage Archer to protect you when you get frozen by like boxes and stuff like that. So then you can run a curse immunity flask, allowing you to run temporal chains and enfeeble maps much easier, or you can choose to run something like a Wise Oak if you would like. So that's pretty damn cool. Pretty nice. Nothing changing too much there. One other little tiny thing that I might change though is a new item which is coming out, which I might look into using, and that is Zerfy's Heart. So Zerfy's Heart is a new Headhunter-esque kind of chase item, I believe. Anyway, that's how it looks to me. So Zephy's Heart, whenever you use a Val's skill, you will gain Soul Eater for 10 seconds. So Soul Eater, basically, whenever you kill a monster, it's going to juice you up. It's very much like Esh's Mirror, which gives you basically a kill streak bonus. But instead of damage, you get attack speed. So you can actually keep Soul Eater on yourself permanently with the Zephy's Heart amulet. And the reason you can do this is traditionally, Soul Eater consumes souls. Whenever you kill an enemy, you get a stack and you don't get any Val souls because you're eating it. But if you outrange the Soul Eater radius, you can still gain Val souls, essentially allowing you to keep up this 10-second Soul Eater buff permanently. So I will use probably Val Rain of Arrows and use that, which has a 5-second cooldown on cooldown to make sure I'm keeping up my Soul Eater stacks and getting that massive clear speed bonus. So I'm not sure how rare this will be, and I'm not sure if it'll be worth using over a quantity amulet, but I'm going to give it a shot, and it could be pretty fun. So yeah, keep a lookout for that. Maybe if you guys want to try it as well, I'll be letting you know how I think it goes, but it looks pretty good to me. In addition to that, another small adjustment is I'm going to be valuing rarity far higher than I normally do. So at the start of a league, the biggest ticket items are all unique items. Stuff like Devoto's Devotion, Star Conjures, Alpha's Howl, Prism Guardian, and obviously the big uniques are all worth so much currency. They're about 20 to 25 plus chaos at the start of a league, and when you look at a start of a league situation, you can basically get an Exalted Orb for that many chaos, so it's going to be a lot of currency, and The reason I'm mentioning this is because in my 6th link, instead of using Mirage Archer to begin with, I'm going to use an increased rarity gem, which will give me even more rarity. And I'm going to try out Venters for the first few days instead of White Pariahs. So that's going to give me a lot more rarity and hopefully give my team a little bit of a boost and get some more unique items. So that's going to be pretty fun. That's the building I'm starting out with. I know a lot of people are curious about gear progression and what I'm going to buy first. It's a little bit different because I play in a team, and I'm going to go over that right now. So if you're interested in team play, I put out 2 videos just before. You guys can go check that out and see what you like there. So the team I'm playing with is 2 carry characters. So those are both the Magic Find characters. We've got a Tornado Shot / Rain of Arrows guy. That's me. We've got a Kinetic Blaster. And for our boss killer, we have a War Chief Totems character. And for our supports, we have a champion support who is also going to be our trader. So he's going to be setting up a lot of the trades, purchasing and buying and investing currency and stuff like Comb's Heart Divination cards, and trying to get good deals and then obviously sell things higher later on. We've got a science support, which will be just a low life auras, like 10 or 12, 13 auras. Occultist support, which is basically like Scion auras, but with blasphemy curses. So, items that we're looking to get and at what point. So this is going to be from the Blood Aqueducts point onwards, because before that you kind of just scrape together whatever you can get and just try and make it work. So to start off with, the first purchase we are going to make is a Lionized Glare bow for me. We're getting this because you really do need to have a good bow to even do any damage as a bow character. And to farm Blood Aqueducts, you really do want that Lionized Glare. It's going to speed up your clear speed immensely with all that attack speed on that bow, and it's going to last you until you get a Wind Ripper much later on. And these are relatively cheap and common early on, so it's a very good pickup. And for our boss killer, we're going to get him some Face Breakers. War Chief Totems is a very budget build, and you can scale it later on, but to begin with, Face Breakers is all they need, so we're going to juice them up with some Face Breakers, which again are going to be very cheap. For our 2 supports, we're going to buy them both Solaris Loricas and some Energy Shield gear. This will allow them to go Blood Magic and reserve all their life without worrying about Chaos damage. Solaris Lorica is basically a Chevron's Wrappings, but basically 1 Chaos, and it has no Energy Shield on it. So that's the one drawback, but it will get you started and you can kind of get a ghetto support kind of going, and that's going to be real good for you. Next kind of level of buying is we're going to buy a Piscator's Vigil for our Kinetic Blaster. So that's going to give them the damage they need to clear maps pretty much indefinitely all the way up to tier 16s, which is going to be fantastic. In addition to that, we're going to buy all the aura gear for our Science support, so that's going to be like Alpha's Howl, Prism Guardian, and all that good stuff. And then for our Occultist, we're going to buy the Blasphemy Helmet, again, Prism Guardian, and all that stuff which you need for playing Curses. Next on our shopping list is going to be 2 Queen of the Forest for our 2 Clear Speed boys. We're going to go for a Yoke of Destruction for our Ailment support, which will allow him to give us a lot more damage. And we're going to go for 2 Chevron's Wrappings for our Scion and Occultist. Obviously, we'll try and 6-link these things, but we don't generally buy fusings in our team. We just use them as we get them, and we try and invest our currency elsewhere. So next on the big buy list is the Wind Ripper. We will buy that next, as well as a Tukahama's Fortress. These are both multiple Exalt items, but they increase the damage of these characters massively. Obviously, the Wind Ripper bow, more quantity as well, but in addition to that, just tons more damage. And the Tukahama's Fortress basically doubles your boss killer's damage. In our case, he'll go from 2 totems to 4, which is a really big upgrade. And then after that, obviously, you'll spend your money in between getting rare items, your Sedemas, your Gold Rims, etc. Maybe a few Ventus, Thieves' Torment, all that good stuff. You'll get them in between there whenever you can get them for a good price. After these 2 items, though, we're going to be looking at getting the Headhunters, the Dying Suns, the Tornado Shot enchant, and all that. And then after that, we're just going to try and make as much money as possible in the start of the league. And with that money, I'm going to throw it all into pimping out an Auto Bomber character and trying to get them as powerful as possible so I can go for level 100. And that should be pretty damn fun. That's my league start plans. I'm going to make a quick video about my Atlas coming up. It's probably going to be a 5 to 6 minute video, hopefully, and that's going to be that. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed what I'm going to be doing for Leaguestarter. Check me out on Twitch if you want. Any questions are welcome. I'll try and answer everything in chat, and it should be pretty fun. So that's going to be that, guys. See you in Incursion. Hopefully it's going to be a good one. There'll be daily updates coming, so you can look out for those as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Like if you like, and cheers as always.